Listen. How long, oh Lord, must I call for help? You don't listen. Violence is everywhere, I cry, but you do not come to save. Must I forever see these evil deeds? Must I watch all this misery wherever I look? See destruction and violence. I am surrounded by people who love to argue and fight. The laws become paralyzed. There's no justice in the courts, and the wicked are far outnumbered the righteous, so that justice has become perverted.
Look around at the nations. Look and be amazed. For I am doing something in your own day, something you wouldn't believe even if someone told you about it. I am raising up the Babylonians, a cruel and violent people. They will march across the world and conquer other lands. They are notorious for their cruelty and do whatever they like. Their horses are swifter than cheetahs and fiercer than wolves at dusk. Their charioteers charge from far away. Like eagles, they swoop down to devour their prey. On they come, all bent on violence. Their hordes advance like a desert wind, sweeping captives ahead of them like sand. They scoff at kings and princes and scorn all their fortresses. They simply pile ramps of earth against their walls and capture them. They sweep past like the wind and are gone. But they are deeply guilty, for their own strength is their God.
O Lord my God, my Holy One, you are eternal. Surely you don't plan to wipe us out. Oh Lord, our rock, you have sent these Babylonians to correct us, to punish us for our many evil deeds. But you are pure and cannot stand the sight of evil. Will you work at their treachery? Will you wink at it? Should you be silent while the wicked swallow up people more righteous than they? I'll climb to my watchtower. I will stand by my God post. I will wait to see what the Lord says and how he will answer my complaint.
Write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. This vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. Look at the proud. They trust in themselves, and their lives are crooked. But the righteous will live by their faithfulness to God. Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many peoples. But soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, "What sorrow awaits you, thieves? Now you will get what you deserve. You've become rich by extortion. But how much longer can this go on?" Suddenly, your debtors will take action. They will turn on you and take all you have, while you stand trembling and helpless. Because you have plundered many nations, now all the survivors will plunder you. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence. What sorrow awaits you who build big houses with money gained dishonestly? You believe your wealth will buy security, putting your family's nest beyond the reach of danger. But by the murders you committed, you have shamed your name and forfeited your lives. The very stones in the walls cry out against you, and the beams in the ceilings echo the complaint. What sorrow awaits you who build cities with money gained through murder and corruption? Has not the Lord of Heaven's armies promised that the wealth of nations will turn to ashes? They work so hard, but all in vain. For as the waters fill the sea, the earth will be filled with an awareness of the glory of the Lord. What good is an idol carved by man, or a cast image that deceives you? How foolish to trust in your own creation, a God that can't even talk. What sorrow awaits you who say to wooden idols, "Wake up and save us!" To speechless stone images you say, "Rise up and teach us." Can an idol tell you what to do? They may be overlaid with gold and silver, but they are lifeless inside. But the Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth be silent before him.
I've heard all about you, Lord, and I'm filled with awe by your amazing works. In this time of our deep need, help us again as you did in years gone by. And in your anger, remember your mercy. Remember your mercy. I see God moving across the desert from Edom, the Holy One coming from Mount Paran. His brilliant splendor fills the heavens, and the earth is filled with his praise. He's coming, is as brilliant as the sunrise. Rays of light flash from his hand, where his awesome power is hidden. Pestilence marched before him, plague follows close behind. When he stops, the earth shakes. When he looks, the nations tremble. He shatters the everlasting mountains and levels the hill, levels the hill. He is the eternal one. I see the people of Cushan in distress, and the nations of Midian trembling in terror. Was it in anger, Lord, that you struck the rivers and parted the seas? Were you displeased with them? No, you were sending your chariots of salvation. Of salvation. You brandished your bow and the quiver of arrows. You split open the earth with flowing rivers. The mountains watched and trembled. And onward swept the raging waters. The mighty deep cried out, lifting its hands in submission. The sun and moon stood still in the sky. Your brilliant arrow flew, and your glittering spear flashed. You trampled the sea with your horses and the mighty waters spilled high. I trembled inside when I heard this. My lips quivered with fear. My legs gave way beneath me, and I shook in terror. I will wait quietly for the coming day, when disaster strike the people who invade us. Even though the fig trees have no blossoms, and there are no grapes on the vines, even though the olive crop fails, and the fields lie empty and barren, even though the flocks die in the fields, and the cattle barns are empty, and yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will be joyful in the God, my salvation, my salvation, my salvation, my salvation. Sovereign Lord is my strength. He makes me as sure-footed as a deer, able to tread upon the heights, upon the heights, upon the heights, upon the heights, upon the heights. This is the word of the Lord.